Hello, my loves. Hey, my guys. Hello, my babies. Welcome back to a new video. I am back like I never left. It has been a long minute, but I needed to recuperate a little, but I'm back and I hope you are too. If you are a returning viewer, hello, my love. It's good to have you back. I'm glad that you came back to see what your girl has been getting up to. And if you're a passing viewer, I hope you get hooked. I hope you subscribe because I will say down. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, my angels, this is a story time. I just said, you know what? I was thinking need I was thinking I was thinking Bangani nani go pink catfish. And you know what? I literally thought I would go into my grave with this one. But you know what? We're here now, vulnerability, and I thought it would be, a good story to tell. Because I think this is like the craziest thing that has happened to me, to my life. So I thought, let me just get onto it and let you guys in on what happened to me. Before we get started, I poured myself a drink because you know what, I need it. I'm going to need it. I hope you can get yourself something to drink as well, because you know what, it's going to be a long one. So my angels, without wasting any time, let me wait for you to get your drink, get your popcorn, your snacks, whatever that you need to be comfortable. Get your blanket, get your absolutely everything so that you can sit down, relax, and give me your ear, because there's a lot I need to tell you. Go get the drink, baby. I can't believe Nani kuphi-ke ngikhetfishwa. Nani kuphi ngikhetfishwa nathulelani, aningikhuzanga ngani, aningivikelanga ngani. Nani kuphi ngikhetfishwa umfana. Futhi Nkosi yami. This is how the story goes. Let's udlebe ngikutshele. So, this is 2018. I'm thinking 2018, January, right? I get a DM, okay? I get a DM, right? From this guy who looks so fine, like so handsome, like he was so fine. You understand? I reply, I guess, sana with DM, because like one thing about me, like I'm getting tattoo pants, like I'm not going to not reply. Like, you look fine. Well, hello, hey to you too. I can tattoo again. And we speak, briefly and whatnot. And obviously before like responding, like you obviously like you look, you kind of look. Oh, I remember he was private, so I had to like follow him back, request essentially. So he accepts my request and I then dig into his profile. Ngani mangi beg profile umfana is following girls, like it's girls, like our faves, our faves. It's Sana follow Shukai, nama girls I'm following Shukai. Ngani mangicinga futhi into nje yokuthi bakhomentelana mngani, like uguy uyakhomenta on like ithombe girl bakhomenta guy yabo, like ngathi nje fethu bayazana type of thing, so I relate. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, sharp. Mngani, okay, we talk for those couple of like days and whatever, and then we move from the DM side to go go WhatsApp. Hayi mngani, ithekela manje siyaxoxa mngani, friend. Okay, so first things first, umfana, I don't know, I can't even remember at that time. Did WhatsApp have like video calling or what? Because like I don't remember a video call being a thing that like was raised, you know, like I don't remember like let's video call, or like, friend, why didn't you video call him, why didn't you, it wasn't a thing, like it wasn't a thing, you know. So that's why I'm trying to trace back. Would see by that time, like, did WhatsApp have these calling things or whatever the case is, or it was just chats, you know. So fast forward, again, we talking no guy, man, guy. When we have our first phone call, ne? We have our first phone call. His voice and his accent, you know. I don't know, hey, like, yeah, you don't judge a book by its cover, but trust me, like, when you see a person's physique, right, you kind of have like a certain demeanor, like a certain tone that you would expect from the person. Trust me, that tone and that body did not align. Like, the vocal cords of the person that I was speaking to, as opposed to the physique of the person that I was speaking to, almost didn't align. But obviously, how old am I? I'm like 22, 21, 22. So nami mngani zithi nje, you know, hayi kweqe mngani ngingabuki into eyiningi sharp. And then man, there's just some words that, you know, he's just pronouncing that is just not clicking. But still, mngani, you know, I just don't look into it like that. Okay, he's a student. Sisi ufundela ubudokotela. He's a student. And he was residing in Cape Town at the time. He was residing in Cape Town. He came from like a wealthy family and all these lavish things. Now, nothing was out of the ordinary for me, because I feel like naturally of like attracting people who are well off, or even people that come from homes that are well off. Like, even the guys that I used to date when I was in high school and like varsity, it was guys emagobe baby rights, so money wasn't like a big shocker, you know. And the fact that he looked so good and so attractive wasn't also a shocker, because also, you know, a girl attracts my fine boys, you know. So it also wasn't even like anything out of my ordinary, you know. So that's why I couldn't like ring a bell at that time. I get guys sharp umfana ufunda e Cape Town, but obviously he's from Johannesburg and all those things. So sikhuluma nje as umuntu who's gonna fly to Joburg within the next coming weeks, or, you know, whatever, and then we see each other. So we spoke and for like maybe 2 months, 2 months, 3 months at most. So ngani umfana, like, fast forward, like we're just talking, everything is great, guys. Like, as we're talking, he's active on social media. He posts, you know, his daily things, his daily that, blah blah blah. The girls are like, you know, commenting on him and, you know, interacting with him and all those things. I didn't interact with him because I just feel like really that interact with one business on social media is so dizzy, it's so shaky, because I'm business basile, like basile, you will be there as the girl who comment. I like you comment yakho. Afike ubaytumelo. Afike ukhumutso ngani. I comment umfana a reply. Yabona zonke ifundi lezi zinto zingasila ifundi kahle into kanjalo. So I never used to comment, I never used to do anything, whatever, and I didn't even care. Like, I did not even care. Like, it wasn't even a thing. Guys, kuqala phi ke ukuthi ngithi man, question mark. Angithi udokotela umfana ufundela udokotela, umfana ke shuthi ke usenza ama training like especially because he was like, I think last year, yes, he was in his last year of like studying medicine and all those things. So he's now doing like those, like, you know, training stuff at the hospitals and all those things. So umfana ke nje kube umuntu ovukayo ke eyibhedlela ke to do those runs, to do those things. Ngani kuqale nje umfana ntombi, he's not okay. Like, this thing of him not being okay, because he was obviously like at the hospital and he was dealing with like a lady who was getting an abortion, you know, trigger warning. The lady was getting an abortion, so he like obviously felt some type of way about the fact that the girl is getting an abortion, and he said this is wrong, they're killing babies and ngani nje useyinto nje isiphatheke kabi ke sisuku lonke ke mkhani, you know, bele nto leyo. Like, obviously, phela supportive girlfriend. Ngani ngimduduze-ke sisi ngimduduze-ke nkosami umntwamba it's like, you know, everything's gonna be okay. Koshacima no yabona nje. Ngani hayi ngakusasa noma like a couple of days manje ama runs futhi sisi. This time around now, as I'm to tell you isithombe. I'm to tell you isithombe of like the fetus inside the amniotic sac. Ha ngiyipopola ngathi no. Whoa. When we got theater, going to theater, he was going to theater because the girl needed to take a theater. Mgani, why do you have your phone in the theater? Like, I don't even know like medical procedures. I do not know medical policies. I do not know hospital policies. But something about it was just off, because why do you have your phone in the theater rooms for you to be taking a picture of an entire fetus inside the amniotic sac? Like, what's going on? You know? It's just ascending, heartbroken. Catfish and emotional manipulators. Note that some are catfishers and emotional manipulation. They will fly with it. So now this is me now trying to, like, you know, get this guy to be okay and whatnot. Hi, from lapho mngani. He then just goes through things. Like, he just goes through things emotionally. Another trigger warning, he was suicidal. You know, he has suicidal ideation, you know. Apparently at that time, his grandfather passed away. And this grandfather was a man who raised him, because his biological father like was not there, type of thing, you know. So nje kwamshaya kakhulu mngani, kwamkhahlaza nje kakhulu ukuthi umkhulu wakhe usehambile. So nje he couldn't even like live or survive without umkhulu. Ayike phela, naturally I'm empathetic. Naturally I'm so sorry. Please don't do that. Like, what's the point of not following your grandfather? You know, all those things. Mngani, but now this thing keeps on happening. Him just being so down and just wanting to take his life and so forth. Until I can't, like, you know, be great. Because now he would also put me in such an emotional pickle, because he would have these, like, you know, suicidal thoughts and like the texts, and then he would text and text these things on some, you know, I love you, you the best thing that's ever happened to me, I'm sorry I have to go. Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't do this. I can't live this life. I'm sorry, I have to leave you. Guys, and then he would go AWOL. Now, I'm out here. Remember, I'm young. I would now go insane. Like, umuntu asaphendula my phone, like, what's going on? Like, his phone is off. Now I'm scared. Now I'm this, now I'm that. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? You know? Hi, guys. Okay, cool. Until I get to a point, I'm like, you know what? Because so I got to a point where now I just could care less about you saying these things, because now I just felt like I could feel to know, man, you are emotionally manipulating. If you want to do it, just do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But we can't keep on doing the cycles. Being worried you and no, we're not doing that. Like, we're not gonna play with my empathy here. Hi guys, see she. Now remember, obviously everything is crazy, guys, and this was like, wait, how many freaking years ago? 2018. So not everything's going to be in chronological order, but I'll just tell you guys in gay gaga that I remember. After grandfather I would Coachella, sis. Coachella Coachella we land Coachella say LA Coachella. Ngani abe umuntu who is going to New York. From New York, he's gonna fly to LA. From LA, like, I don't know where he's gonna go, because angansi ngani when can Harvard. I don't know if he was enrolling into Harvard, so he needed to go to Harvard, the university, to like get some things like fixed or whatever the case is. So now he was going to continue his studies in Harvard or whatever the case is. Guys, it was insane. or whatever the case is. So umfana akafly kuye lo uyafly uya eNew York mngani mayifika eNew York umfana athuleke during these times where he's flying athuleke sithule nje for 17 hours kanje noma 19 hours kanje ase aphenduleke sis after the flight time ukuthi ayiselendileke and all those things. Okay, cool, and blah 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 blah. I content yaqhuma ke ngale, obviously he's in New York, so like that's like it's New York content. And the thing is, guys, his content and his stories and all those things, it did not look fake, because you see how a person, like a fake profile, would go to like a real person's things and take them and then like post, and then by the time they post it looks blurry and it looks like this is genuine, not yours. With him, everything was clear. Everything was clear. Like his content was clear, his videos were clear. La to corner or whatever the case. What type of content? Yes, New York. I type LA. Angmas. But guys, this is now New York. Umfana New York. Now umfana nang Harvard. Now umfana doing some last rounds and blah 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 blah. Now it's time to go to Coachella. I get way footy flying to LA. Remember now, when he says he's flying to New York, I'm going to, because Naomi, I'm here. Guys, tell me if I was dumb the entire time. Yeah, just tell me if I was dumb the entire time. When he says he's flying to New York, world clock, add to New York into the time zone. That's in New York is over, so that I know what time it is for him that side, type of thing, you know. Trying to be here. Might say LA, get LA as part of the time. Guys, he would be there, and we would just be talking randomly, like about anything, and then he would just screenshot anything. He would screenshot anything and then send it to me. He's check his card, because I'm thinking like he's check his card and he booked, okay, we screenshot that his card, okay, 1947. Check him guiding ye world clock. I get to go fagil New York. I get to fagil New York world clock. World clock guy 1947. 1946, you know, to show that he screenshotted this a minute ago. So the times would align on his screenshot and the actual world clock. Okay, because now from New York, and then it goes to LA, and then again we'd be talking random, like on a random time, and then he would like send me something, screenshot something, and then again the time on his screenshot would align with that of LA, which is not the same as New York. Do you understand that? So tell me, guys, tell me if I was dumb. But so now that everything is over, guys, he must have, every time that he goes to a place, it's either he changed the time zone. It's either he changed the time zone on his phone to align with the place that he said that he would be, so that everything aligns, which is insane. Which means, no, he was really good at this. Like, he was really good at this, and clearly he had been doing it for quite some time, because that's something that I would have missed. Like, I definitely would have missed that, you know? Hey, okay, guys, cool. We're in Coachella, guys. We're Coachella, I say LA, and I remember the Coachella, I think in Arizona. Arizona is like some desert area, of course. Now, mngani sekhona inyoka engene endlini, kwasha kwacima inyoka, rattlesnake engene endlini. And now remember, rattlesnakes, desert area, all these things on the side, you know. Everything he's saying, he's just saying, and then I nitpick the information that he tells me, and then it kind of like flows, it kind of makes sense. Okay, cool, yeah, desert area, surely there are a lot of like reptiles and all those things. As I shoot it sometimes, I shoot it like oxa, like lizard or whatever the case is. Mngani aze ashuthi atshengise, even on the story I posted on the story, said fika amaphoyisa, ngazi amaphoyisa noma like those animal people, like security people, to come and fetch inyoka, to come and fetch the either the rattlesnake or the lizard or whatever. I can't even remember. So cool. Coachella happens. To see Coachella content. You can get Coachella content. Coachella content on his stories. He's having a great time. Like, he has many stories. Is there. Like, he's there. He's taking videos of all the artists that are playing. He's taking videos. She smells so good. Like, because the Rihanna thing and the Rihanna scent, which Rihanna has like a scent. Into sizwa manje thina. Like, into sizwa manje ukuthi nje kuthiwa Rihanna unuka kamnandi. Yeah, now he been new. He been new because he mentioned that. Oh my gosh, she smells absolutely incredible. Like, she passed right in front of me. She smells like hair. Guys, that boy was absolutely insane. Hey guys, from Lapok, after the Coachella nights and whatnot, after the great time that they had, he is now going back to New York because he needed to finish some like medical stuff and whatnot. Oh, I think he was interning there. Yes, he was interning there in New York. He so he's now working there for like a duration of I don't know how many weeks. Okay, cool. Sharp, you know, abantu abanemali and they bayifundela bahlaniphela abantu kunjani, it is what it is. Now, another thing that now starts to raise an eyebrow. Mngani, he's there with his friends, ne? And then he tells me, oh my gosh, there was just always so much drama and just drama that didn't make sense. Mngani, they were kidnappers. They were kidnappers who were trying to like kidnap him, and one thing led to another. They raped his friend. They raped his guy friend. His friend is traumatized. He's like bleeding and all those things. And like, you know, I'm like, where were you guys? Like, you know, he was at the hospital, like they were at the hospital while he was like busy or whatever. I wanna but uyangijwayela ke manje wena yini kangaka yini nga ukuthi ama-kidnappers asolokhu eqhubhana nawe ebhedlela ama-kidnapper aqhubhana nawe ebhedlela. Come on, like, you cannot be serious, because also there's no kidnapper in this world that would come and try and get you in a public environment and public facility like a damn hospital. Like, how are they supposed to roll you out? Oh, so they're supposed to wear scrubs now. They're supposed to freaking hit other doctors on the head and steal their scrubs and then put you in a freaking wheelchair or like on a stretcher bed so that they take you out, because how else are the kidnappers gonna kidnap you from a hospital? I'm gonna need to lo Law Contact. I don't know what it is. I cannot pinpoint it, but there's no way. There is no way which one obviously his family is like well off. His family is well known, and you know how these rich families are, and igeme zabo mafias shuthi bamfuna umkidnapper khona bezothola imali, ransom out of him. Oh, of course. That's when I clocked it though. I'm like, no, he's lying. He is lying. There's no way. But I don't know if I was able to like shut things down at the time, or because obviously he's now distraught about his friend who was raped, who's now bleeding, and I think Matthew this, Matthew that. I'm taking for to Matthew. Matthew in one of his stories, and when I go into Matthew's profile, like it's a profile and his pictures, you know, and his pictures, and guys, what the hell? What the hell? And Matthew's like an active person as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So now, clearly, Matthew was also him this entire time, because what else? Guys, okay, cool. Fast forward, I think Lord would dumb it down. But now I had my doubts, you know. But I just did not know how to pin it. Like I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to make him be a catfish, whereas all these other things seemed to like click and seemed to align. You understand? Hi guys. Then this one day, I get a random DM, like an anonymous DM. Anonymous DM, in a screenshot of like a profile of the actual guy. The guy that he is using itombezak. The guy is some fabulous gay man from New York. And I don't know if he did medicine or what, but like, yeah, he was just like a smart boy who went to Harvard. Yes, he was a smart boy that went to Harvard and lived in New York. So he was a very fabulous, bougie, handsome gay guy. I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? Wait. It was almost like his system is crashing. Like, it was literally like, system is crashing because like, what's this? Like, what's going on? Then I now go into this guy's profile. I look into him. I dig. I research. I do everything. Yeah, he had a Facebook account at the time. Also went into his Facebook. There were videos on Facebook. And like as a fabulous gay man, and it's not the voice that I was hearing this entire time. Oh my goodness, like this is a catfish. And I think the DM came from my ex-friends, who probably could see it now, man, like konguti into iyo, but this does not make sense. But bazongitshela kanjani ngi-in love ngani, bazongitshela kanjani sengivukile sengivuke nenye ntombi, you know. So I'm sure they had no other resolution besides just like DMing me anonymously, because right after the DM was sent, later on the day or the next day, this ex-friend of mine asks me, hey mngani, unjani Ocean, you know, his nickname was Ocean. Unjani Ocean? No, friend, like he's fine and all those things, you know, we're good. Because first of all, I'm still trying to understand what the hell is going on, and obviously I'm not ready to tell you because like I'm still trying to figure out myself what's going on. It's okay, like he's literally a freaking catfish. I ngiyithathe nge-screenshot ngihambise kuye. Nithi yeah. Sisi umfana, I reply, I think like after a day. Now guys, after this, all of this is happening, my niece gave me antidepressants because my niece at that time, Jehovah Gowela Bantu, she had antidepressants when I found out, and I like slept like for 2 days straight. Like I slept like 2 days straight, like flat. Nokuba nje ngingacrashanga the way that I would have, like it's because of those antidepressants. Like mina antidepressants, guys, like I thank God that God blessed me with a very strong mind, a very, very healthy mind. But I'm antidepressants, guys, I will stand on top of the mountain. I will proclaim an antidepressant, because nokuba for me to go through that, it was because I was so calm and collected. It wasn't like my reality had been shaken, you know, because of those antidepressants. So shout out to my niece. Shout out to my niece for saving me, because girl, I don't think I was going to be able to handle it by myself. No. That was like a system error, you know. So after the 2 days of me just like sleeping the entire time, I then obviously take everything to him. Screenshot, take everything to him. Wow, yeah, wat gebeur het? Umfana athi uyagwajaza kancane, avele nje athi come clean. Athi umfana, oh, like I'm sorry, I couldn't be honest with you. Thing is, like, you know, my family, you know, we're very private and blah, so I could not risk like showing you my real, like, you know, like my real image, or whatever the case, like my real self, or whatever the case is. I'm so sorry. Let me send you who I truly am. I'm really, really sorry, babe. I love you and I can't believe I did this to you. That's okay, cool. Send like I send this bastard, this loser. He sends pictures that are like professional pictures, like professional modeling pictures. Like, you're not sending like your picture, you're just sending a professional shot. I'm like, no man, like you and I think I'm dizzy. My niece is like, Ngan, let's just I see Google reverse image search. I started Tom as Drake. I started Google reverse image search. My city. Wow. This guy who was a model from UK, and he was modeling for this clothing brand, this online clothing brand. I was like, oh my gosh, he's so pathetic. I'm just like, he's so pathetic. You are so pathetic. You are still using another catfish to mitigate and to try and reveal your true self, whereas the very true self is another catfish. Like, you are literally pathetic. You are pathetic. You are a sociopath, and I absolutely want nothing to do with you. Like, screw you. Like, screw you. Like, after that, guys, it wasn't even like, there was no anger, there was no nothing, but it was just all I saw was just that you are just pathetic. You are pathetic. Guys, whatever the case is. Now I think one block on social media, as all his social media he's a catfish or whatever the case is. Because like, I could just not care, anymore, because I'm like, what the hell. Now yes, in this cut, like maybe like a month later, check ngithi mina like ukuthi nje like uphi wenzani, you understand? Mangithi hayi mngani, usejona nobani? Ujona with some girl who comes from my hometown, singathi yibo nje into, they're like together, because now their comments on each other's profiles was just like giving word together. Guy uvuthisa iy'thombe zakhe, uvuthisa her entire profile with 5 emojis nje. Besisha nje besisha izandla nje with our phones because of those 5 emojis. No girl babizana ngobabe ngobani. Hey, now that girl wayengibhampele like not so long ago. I congratulated her on something, and she's just nice, and then one thing led to another. Even before the whole mess, one thing led to another. I see that she unfollowed me from like social media on all those things. She was friends with an ex of mine, so I guess what by Zakai. Okay, cool, whatever, like it is what it is. Cool. Sure, okay, that's fine. So when this is happening, sengibona ukuthi usajolana lo, ngathi nje kube ngiyokuthi ngithi vo, ngabe ngikhohlakele, ngabe akangasi kahle. Ngayithulela nje. Ngabe ngathi yabona Ntombi uthi back and forth bethandana no social media. Angithi had she not bumped, kuba angibhampelanga, bengizothi sandwa sami lo muntu loyo okhuluma naye akekho, yangisithi ngithini. Lo muntu loyo, he's not in the same realm that we are. But angithiwa bab, ngathi awuthi ngimyeke. Ngathi Tata Ocean. Tata Lwandle Balo. His Instagram handle was Lwandle Balo. Lwandle Ocean. Mr. Ocean. Yes, he was Mr. Ocean. Hey, Mr. Ocean. Bachelor for a couple of months. Also, for a couple of months, because they went at it. That is the Tata Ocean. Tata Lwandle. Jola lumtwako. Jolani lumtwako. So, and guys, shortly. Also, guys, because it has happened a long time ago, everything's not going to be in chronological order. I remember when we were obviously speaking, and now he's talking about all these girlies, and he's talking about like, all these people and all these things. Mkani, these our faves, like Martin Guye, Bafunani Guye, Omuni came to his house, Gani half naked, all those things. So the girlies that he had been communicating with, there was one girl that we were following each other, So I was just like, this is my shot. Like, this is really, really my shot to find out like what the hell is going on here. And hey sis, I hope you're good, I hope you're well. Do you by any chance know of like a Lwandle Balo, email, blah blah blah? We've been talking for a while, and it just seems like it's a catfish. He's a catfish. I think at that time I had known that he's a catfish and whatnot. But he speaks about like dating you, that you guys dated for quite some time or whatever. So I just kind of wanted to find out, like, you know, what's up, like, what was your story with him? Like, did you ever meet him? Did you ever meet up with him, you know? I said, girl, my love, my girl. Or say they spoke for a little while, and then wabon girl, you know, no, this is not it. So I clock girl, and then just she abandoned the ship. So now I'm collecting everything. Like, now I'm collecting evidence. Okay, girl clearly said, you know what, like, you know, boni lelenda, but wavela slides. I want to know this is not like a real thing. And you know what? Shout out to her. Shout out to you, mama, for being smarter, for being clever. Shout out to you, girls. That's why I like the tonight. No more. I also reached out to the actual where's Neve? Where's Neve and Max at this point? Because I did everything that they did. I'm gonna reach out to the actual real guy now. The gay guy from New York. I'm gonna reach out and say, hey. I said, hey. Now umuntu ethi Ocean man, and he's using your profile. I'm screenshotting a profile guy or you catfish and I send it a real guy. Good type of this is what's happening, and the guy was just so astonished. He was just so shocked. Nice. I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Yeah. Guys, when now the real person is apologizing to you for being catfish, or you're speaking to the real person now that you used to speak to over the phone, thinking that you're speaking to them. Now, this is the same person who's telling you, I'm so sorry you went through that. Oh, Neve and Max, where are you? Where are you when I need you? Guys, I'm so sorry I went through that, babe. And I think after that, we kind of like reported the account, you know, because then shortly after that, after Bajola with the girl from my hometown, then he went AWOL. Like, he was nowhere to be found anymore. Like, he deactivated his Instagram and whatnot. And then like a month later as well, like, who was that person? Like, who was that person, and why exert so much energy in, it's like, who was he? What did he do? Because there's no way that you had time in your hands to fabricate an entire life and follow through with it, with each and every single detail, not only to me, but to various other people and other ladies and other, like, who are you? What do you do? Like, when we are going to school, when people are going to work, where are you? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I was just so confused. So I'm obviously going through the rabbit hole, and I'm just trying to find out, even on Twitter, and then there's a tweet, some girl who's also like on Instagram. She's not an Instagram girly, but like she's an Instagram, you know, she's on Instagram, and I've seen her profile a couple of times because we are mutuals. Yeah, we are mutuals. We have friends that, yeah. So she's like, lol. She tweets and she's like, lol, if you've ever believed in the Lwandle Balo account, lol. You know, what a catfish or what a loser type of thing. And then she goes on to say, talking about being Tata's son, like blah blah son. Like, I don't want to name people's I don't want to name people's names. I don't want to drag people into this. So he was assuming, he said that he was the son of this man. This man is a businessman who's a tycoon, who's a business tycoon. And he told me about him when I was now finding out he's not the guy that he said he was. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you who I really was. My dad is blah 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 blah, and we, it's very private, or blah 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 blah. And at that time, because obviously my brother, you know how brothers are, like, they will tell you about all these wealthy men across Africa or whatever. Like, he's one of the richest men in South Africa. He's like a mine tycoon, guys. That's okay, cool. So now this girl too is like talking about you are Titi's son. It's like, oh, when you are playing Dada's son, could never be you. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. But obviously it was like months later, and I didn't care anymore to follow through with it, because I could have like DM the girl and be like, babe, ngibuya kuye loyo mfana loyo. And this is the same girl as well that he had been also commenting on her pictures, and she commenting on his pictures and all those things. So it really seemed like they know each other. All these girlies, they know each other, they know him, he knows them, and whatnot. So now after a while time, man, nah. After obviously now exchanging like, you know, comments and jokes and laughs and chats and all those things, I think now she then clocked. I was like, no, boy, not it. So guys, basically, that is my crazy catfish story. That was so crazy, guys. Like, that was so crazy. Lesson learned, though. Lesson learned, because I do believe there's nothing that you go through just for the sake of just, you know, there's no such thing in this universe. Everything that you go through is either a lesson or it is, you know, a blessing. It's either it's reflecting something within you or it's reflecting something somewhere. But things don't just happen, you know. It's not that kind of universe. Like, God didn't create it like that. So when I'm now sitting down, especially now that I'm older, like on the other side of everything, I'm just like, okay, first things first. What was that teaching me? Number one, karma. Karma. And this is now where vulnerability comes. Karma. I, for one, I'm a very karmic person. Like, when I do good, good comes back to me tenfold. When I do bad, bad comes back to me tenfold. So that was a lesson that I clearly had to learn, because I was also a catfish. Plot twist. Remember, guys, back in like mixed days, guys, go mix it and go Sammy, like in those group chats or whatever. Ngani sexually shasi, bingo Sasha, Elin Karats, Angelin Karats. Kanhlala 17 mngani ngifuna kuphi Randburg ngihlala 17 ngifuna Randburg sisi nje ngugirl nje yabo. So okay, catfish like this guy back in my hometown and all those things. Lapho I'm in primary, guys, right? So primary, because I'm from the senior. Okay, right from the Newcastle High. And then one time, I used a tombe. That was so crazy. That was so crazy. That was so crazy, because I think I used a tombe zogel that my brother used to know. I think my brother used to know that girl, or my brother used to date that girl. I don't know. Like, I don't know, you know. I think I got the pictures from my brother's phone. She was a pretty beautiful girl. I'm so sorry to her and her soul and her spirit. I'm so sorry. And that's why I think the catfish thing had to happen to me, because that was very wrong for me to use her energy, you know. So I used her pictures and all those things to be like talking to this guy now, you know, whatnot. Mngani kusho ukuthi umfana eyoqhosha ke na esikoleni ngiqhosha ngentombi yakhe akhuluma nayo from Joburg and all those things. And kanti utshengisa usisi kagel. Utshengisa usisi kagel, like he's like showing his friends, like his girlfriends or whatever, and then the sister's like, this is my sister, this is my sister, this is my sister's pictures, this is my sister, you know. So then and I don't even know what led. I don't even know how the guy found out. I don't even know how that guy found out, but he found out because one time, one time of says, what? Hey, magazi. Oh my gosh. Uvalo. Guys. But the psychopathic person that I was, the narcissistic person that I was, he spelled my name wrong. Instead of me saying, oh my gosh, you found out, I corrected my name. I corrected the spelling of my name. I corrected the spelling of my name. Khona la afaku E. Avelathi nje A. Ngothula. I literally corrected my name, guys. He literally found out that I was a catfish. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, gosh, I'm correcting wrong. I was just like, I think that's when the universe is like, no, you're gonna have to learn this lesson, because clearly you think this is a game. Win. It's just so bandra, you cannot take accountability, you wanna gaslight and you wanna correct your name. No. It needs to come back. It needs to come back to you so that you learn the lesson. And it comes back tenfold, 10 times, because what was that, honey? So, okay, that was the lesson that I learned. Luckily, obviously, years later, the guy that I catfished, sent me a message on Facebook, and we spoke, asked for my number, I gave him my number, we chatted on WhatsApp, and we just talked about the whole catfish thing and how crazy it was, and I apologized, and, he was like, dog, it's okay, it's cool, we were young, and, just, yeah, so cool, whatever. So me and the guy that I catfished were okay now. We became fine, but regardless, it had to happen. The universe had to make it happen, because I needed to learn my lesson regardless, because I spoke to the guy first, and we cleared the air. Then 2018, then that's when I met my catfish. So regardless of the fact that I had apologized to the guy that I catfished, but the lesson itself needed to land. It needed to land, and I needed to experience it. So experience it, karma, get that. Second part of the lesson that I learned was escapism, because I think also for me, the whole catfish thing, from the guy that I catfished, in even the guy that catfished me, it was all escapism. It was at a time where obviously I didn't know about healing, growing up with our childhood traumas. Clearly my reality did not make me happy, and I wanted to escape. I wanted to be someone else. I wanted to live in someone else's body other than mine. I know I had major insecurities, obviously, chubby girl growing up and all those things, amongst many other insecurities that were caused by the trauma that I experienced when I was a child. So it was escapism. And also just like, choosing a long distance relationship kind of thing, was all part of just emotional unavailability, not being able to connect with people that are like, in front of you. So you'd rather opt for long distance relationship. Not that there's anything wrong with long distance relationship. Those that are healthy, they work out. But in my environment, in my context, I chose long distance relationships because I was emotionally unavailable, and they were the easiest because there was no intimacy that was ever going to happen, So even from a larger perspective, from a larger picture, for the fact that I was dating someone who did not exist, just comes to show with my emotional unavailability was so deep that my subconscious would go for something that does not exist rather than go for something that exists and is real and is going to need me, my emotions. It's going to need commitment from me. It's going to need stuff. So I was never going to go for that. I was always going to go for things that enabled me not to be able to connect, because you can't connect with catfish. They're not in the same reality as you. They're not in the same realm as you. They don't exist in the same realm as you, So I feel like those are, my 2 pointers for my catfish story. And now that I'm grown, obviously I view it from a larger perspective. I see why it had to happen. It's not embarrassing anymore. Sengikhulile manje. And yeah. Guys, no more. Like, no more. No more. So, yeah, my angels, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the crazy story of my life. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's how I got catfished. And I learned my lesson really hard. and yeah, gonna grow with it. And yeah, it's okay, man. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good. So yeah, guys, thank you for sitting down with me. Thank you for giving me your ear as nginilethele indaba. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. But if anything, even if it doesn't make sense, that's part of the authenticity, because it did not make sense in any case. So I hope you guys received it, and I hope you guys receive it well, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Let me know on the comments. Let me know what you think. Was your girl really dumb? Was your girl really, really stupid? Or did I try baguettes? Or no one baguettes. You know, just let me know how you feel. Let me know what lessons you took out. Let me know if you have had any similar story, if you have been catfished, or if you had been a catfish before as well. Mixed days, you know. So yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for being with me. I love you down and up, and I know you love me too. Until next time, bye my babies. Mwah. I can't believe